Women over 60, midi skirt mistakes that quietly age you. It sounds shocking, doesn't it? A skirt that's supposed to be elegant and timeless can actually add years to your appearance if it's styled the wrong way. Most women believe the midi skirt is the safest option, but the truth is, not all midis are created equal. Picture this. You buy a beautiful skirt. The color is perfect. The fabric feels luxurious. And yet when you put it on, something just doesn't look right. You glance in the mirror and wonder, why do I look heavier? Why do I feel frumpy instead of polished? The problem isn't your body or your age. It's how the skirt is styled. Where the hem hits your leg, the shoes you pair with it, even the top you choose. Each of these little details can either elevate your look or quietly drag it down. And here's the exciting part. The very same skirt that looks off today can make you look stunning tomorrow with just a few thoughtful tweaks. That's why today's video matters. We're going to uncover the most common midi skirt mistakes women over 60 make, and more importantly, how to fix them. These aren't complicated rules. They're small adjustments with a big payoff. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make your skirt work for you, not against you. And before we dive in, if this topic feels helpful, if you've ever suspected your clothes might be aging you instead of highlighting your best features, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for Seniors. Your support is what keeps us creating more videos that help women like you look beautiful, confident, and radiant every single day. Now let's jump straight into the very first mistake. One that almost every woman makes without even realizing it. Getting the length wrong, the sweet spot. Many women over 60 in America love the idea of a midi skirt because it feels modest, timeless, and elegant. But here's the catch. If the hemline stops at the wrong place, it can quietly age your look. The most common mistake, letting the skirt hit right at the widest part of your calf. It cuts your legs in half and makes your frame look shorter and heavier than it really is. The fix is surprisingly simple. Aim for the sweet spot, either just below the knee or just above the ankle, right where the leg begins to narrow. That's the point where your silhouette looks longer and more graceful. An easy trick is to stand in front of the mirror and fold the hemline up an inch at a time. The moment your legs suddenly look slimmer and taller, you've found your perfect length. For example, my neighbor Linda in Florida, who's 64 and only 5'3", used to wear her skirts ending mid-calf. They always made her feel dumpy, no matter how beautiful the blouse or fabric. Once she shortened her hemline to just below the knee, paired with nude flats, she couldn't believe how much taller and lighter she looked. On the other hand, my friend Margaret, 67 from California, loves silk skirts that stop just above her ankle. With a simple sandal, her look is instantly refined, like she's ready for a summer dinner on the patio. Think of your skirt as the frame and your calves and ankles as the artwork. When the frame covers the best part of the picture, the whole image feels off. But when it highlights your strengths, your style shines. That's the power of the right hemline. Shoes that ruin your shape. You can have the perfect midi skirt, the fabric flows, the length is spot on. But if the shoes are wrong, the whole outfit falls flat. Shoes are the deal breaker because a midi already cuts your leg line mid-calf. The wrong pair can drag your look down instantly. Common mistakes. Chunky athletic sneakers with thick soles that add bulk. Ballet flats that are too flat and give no lift at all. Wide ankle straps that chop the leg right at the narrowest part. These choices may feel comfortable, but they visually weigh down the outfit and make your frame look shorter. The fix. Think shoes that continue the line of your leg. Pointed toe flats, nude loafers, low block heels, or sleek ankle boots create that smooth flow from calf to toe. Matching your shoe color to your skin tone or to the hemline of your skirt is another style hack that lengthens your legs without trying too hard. Take Mary, 62, from Texas. She loved wearing her floral midi skirts with her everyday white sneakers. The look was cute, but she always felt a little stumpy. Once she swapped them for a nude loafer with a pointed toe, she said her legs instantly looked 2 inches longer. Or Janet, 66, in New York, who traded her round-toe flats for a pair of soft suede block heels. She still felt comfortable walking all day, but her skirts suddenly looked elevated and chic. Texture also plays a role. Suede, smooth leather, or a subtle metallic finish can bring polish without overpowering the outfit. Remember, your shoes don't just match your skirt. They lift you, both physically and visually. When the shoes are right, your midi skirt transforms from fine to fabulous, and you'll feel it in the way you walk into the room. Stiff, heavy fabrics. A midi skirt can have the perfect length and be paired with the right shoes, but if the fabric is stiff, heavy, or bulky, it will age your look instantly. Fabrics that sit on the body like armor, rigid denim, thick canvas, or overly textured tweed don't drape, they don't move, and they don't flatter. Instead, they create harsh lines, balloon around the hips, and make the skirt look boxy and outdated. For women over 60, movement is everything. The fabric should glide with you, not fight against you. Flow and softness bring lightness to your outfit and make your silhouette look graceful. Think silk blends, crepe, viscose, or high-quality jersey. These materials skim the body without clinging, and they respond to light with a subtle glow that adds elegance. If you live somewhere cooler, like Chicago in the fall or New England in the winter, you don't have to give up structure. Choose drapey wool, modal blends, or a soft pont knit. They provide warmth and weight without stiffness. The key is balance. You want a fabric that feels alive, not rigid. Take Susan, 65, from Boston. She used to wear a heavy tweed midi for church on Sundays. While it looked proper, she always felt bulky in photos. Once she switched to a crepe skirt with the same cut, people began complimenting how fresh and youthful she looked. Or think of Carol, 61, in California, who wears a flowy satin midi to dinner dates. The skirt catches the light with every step, giving her an effortless glow that no rigid fabric could offer. One more tip: avoid extremes in finish. Ultra-shiny fabrics can highlight every curve you'd rather soften, while ultra-matte fabrics can feel dull and heavy. Instead, look for a subtle texture that reflects just enough light to feel refined. The truth is, fabric tells a story before you even say a word. When it moves with you, you look lighter, more elegant, and more confident. When it stiffens, it can make you appear stuck in time. And style after 60 should feel anything but stuck. It should feel alive. Ignoring your waistline. One of the easiest ways a midi skirt can age your look is when you forget about the waistline. Many women over 60 tell themselves, "I don't have a waist anymore, so why bother?" Or they reach for oversized sweaters and long blouses thinking it's more comfortable. The result? A shapeless box that hides your figure and makes you appear heavier than you really are. Even if your waist isn't as defined as it once was, suggesting a shape, even softly, creates elegance. The waistline acts as an anchor point for the eye. Without it, the body has no structure. With it, your silhouette comes back to life. Simple fixes. Try a French tuck, just tucking the front of your blouse into the waistband so you get definition without bulk. Use a slim belt in a neutral tone to separate top and bottom. It doesn't have to be tight, just enough to show balance. Choose wrap-style skirts or midi skirts with built-in ties that naturally draw the eye inward. Look for tops with darts, peplum hems, or knotted fronts. These create the illusion of a waist without revealing skin. Take Donna, 63, from Ohio. She used to pair her midi skirts with tunic-length tops that covered her midsection. She felt comfortable, but in pictures she always looked wider than she was. Once she started half-tucking her tops, friends kept asking if she had lost weight, even though nothing had changed but the styling. And in California, my friend Barbara, 68, swears by wrap skirts. They gently cinch her waist and give her an hourglass outline without feeling restrictive. The key is to remember, you don't need a perfect waistline to look polished. What you need is balance. A hint of definition makes your outfit look intentional, not accidental. And when your clothes look like they were chosen with care, you automatically appear more confident and more elegant. Outdated prints and aging colors. A midi skirt can have the right length, the right fabric, even the perfect shoes. But if the print or color looks dated, it can instantly add years to your style. Many women fall into the trap of tiny, busy florals that look like old wallpaper, neon brights that feel too loud, or washed-out pastels that drain the complexion. These choices can unintentionally signal out of touch or trying too hard, which is the opposite of timeless elegance. What to avoid? Small, fussy florals that overwhelm rather than flatter. Cartoonish motifs or seasonal gimmicks that feel costumey. Overly stark contrasts like pure black and bright white worn alone, which can look harsh against softer skin tones. Pastels so faded they make the face look tired instead of radiant. Better choices, prints and colors that feel intentional and artful. Larger florals with space to breathe. Subtle abstract patterns that look modern but not busy. Soft geometrics that give structure without chaos. When it comes to color, rich grounded tones are your best friend. Think olive green, slate blue, warm taupe, burgundy, ivory, or deep teal. These shades bring warmth and depth back to the skin, making your face look alive. Take Patricia, 66, in Arizona. She used to love wearing skirts with tiny pink flowers. But as her hair turned silver, those prints started to feel childish. She switched to a bold ivory skirt with soft navy brushstroke patterns, and suddenly the compliments poured in. You look so chic and sophisticated. Or think of Alina, 61, in Seattle. Jet black skirts made her skin look washed out, but when she moved to deep teal with a subtle sheen, her eyes and complexion lit up. Styling tip. If you love prints but feel overwhelmed by them, keep the pattern on the skirt and pair it with a solid top in a complementary shade. This grounds the outfit and ensures the focus stays on you, not just the fabric. The secret is simple. Let your skirt tell a modern, refined story. When the colors and prints support your natural beauty, people notice you first and the skirt second. That's the difference between looking dated and looking effortlessly elegant. Unbalanced top-to-skirt proportions. Even the most beautiful midi skirt can lose its charm when it's paired with the wrong top. The problem isn't always the skirt, it's the proportions. Many women over 60 choose long tunic tops, oversized sweaters, or blouses that completely cover the waistband. The result is a boxy silhouette with no shape. Combine a flowy top with a voluminous skirt, and your frame disappears entirely. Why this matters? The eye naturally looks for balance. When the top overwhelms the skirt, your center line is hidden and your figure looks shorter and heavier. Proportion is the secret ingredient of elegant dressing. It's not about being tight, but about harmony. Better choices. If your midi skirt has volume, pair it with a more fitted or softly structured top. This contrast defines your shape and prevents fabric overload. If you prefer flowy blouses, do a French tuck, just slipping the front into the waistband to bring back your waistline. Look for tops that end right at your hip bone or slightly above the skirt's waistband. This length visually lifts your frame. Cropped cardigans, lightweight sweaters that nip at the waist, or tailored blouses are all excellent partners for a midi. Layering is another secret weapon. A sharp blazer, denim jacket, or even a long necklace can create vertical lines that slim and elongate. Real-life examples. Linda, 64, from Chicago, used to wear oversized knit sweaters over her pleated midi skirts. Comfortable? Yes. Flattering? No. Once she started half-tucking those same sweaters, she noticed her outfits looked instantly more polished, and she got compliments at church about how put together she looked. Angela, 69, in San Diego, loves her flowy chiffon skirts. Instead of pairing them with equally flowy tops, she invested in a few cropped jackets. The moment she layered one over her blouse, her waistline reappeared, and her outfits looked 10 years younger. The golden rule is balance. If one piece is loose, the other should be structured. A well-proportioned outfit says, "This is my body, and I'm proud of it." And that quiet confidence is far more youthful than hiding behind layers of fabric. Wrong context/occasion. A midi skirt can be the right length, the right fabric, and perfectly styled on top. But if you wear it to the wrong occasion, the whole look feels off. Style is not just what you wear, but where you wear it. The mistake, pairing a skirt with the wrong level of formality. A satin midi with strappy heels might look stunning, but wear it to a casual lunch and you'll feel overdressed, like you showed up to the wrong party. On the other hand, a cotton-tiered midi with casual sandals may look too laid back for a nice dinner out, leaving you underdressed. The fix: learn to read the mood of the moment and match your skirt accordingly. Everyday errands or brunch, choose a jersey or cotton midi, pair it with clean sneakers or flat loafers, a tucked-in tee, and a lightweight cardigan. You'll look polished but still approachable. Church, gallery visits, or afternoon tea. A structured A-line midi in a subtle print with low block heels and a blouse that defines your waist is perfect. It feels respectful, graceful, and timeless. Evening dinners or special events, this is where a silk or satin midi shines. Pair it with heeled mules, a statement blouse, and delicate jewelry. The fabric catches the light, and the whole outfit feels quietly luxurious. Examples: Marjorie, 62, from Dallas, once wore a full satin skirt to her neighborhood lunch group. She felt out of place, like she was dressed for a wedding while everyone else was in jeans. Now, she saves that skirt for evenings and opts for cotton midis during the day. Claire, 67, in New York, used to wear her casual cotton midi to dinner dates. While she felt comfortable, she noticed the outfit looked more farmer's market than refined. When she switched to a sleek satin midi, suddenly the compliments rolled in. "You look radiant tonight." The rule of thumb: if the skirt is casual, elevate it just a touch with polish. If the skirt is dressy, ground it with simplicity. That harmony makes your style look effortless and intentional. And most importantly, it helps you feel like you belong, wherever you are. We've covered a lot today, and here's what it all comes down to. Midi skirts are not the enemy. In fact, they can be one of the most timeless and flattering pieces in your wardrobe. But the difference between looking elegant and looking older often comes down to small details. The hemline that hits just an inch higher, the pair of shoes that continues your leg line, the fabric that flows instead of stiffens, the waistline you choose to honor rather than hide. All of these choices add up. When you start paying attention to proportion, texture, and context, something shifts. You don't just put on a skirt, you create a look that feels intentional, graceful, and uniquely yours. And that's the real secret. Anti-aging fashion isn't about chasing trends or pretending to be younger. It's about expressing the best version of yourself right now at this stage of life. Every adjustment you make, no matter how small, is a way of saying, "I respect myself, I value my presence, and I deserve to feel beautiful." So the next time you slip into a midi skirt, don't just ask, "Does this fit?" Ask instead, "Does this reflect the woman I've become?" Because when your outfit whispers confidence, your presence speaks volumes. If today's video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for Seniors. That's what gives us the energy to keep creating content that celebrates women like you, women who are proving every day that elegance doesn't fade with age. In fact, it only grows stronger. And I'd love for you to join me in our next video, where we'll explore 5 elegant blouses every woman over 60 should own and how to style them with grace and ease. Until then, keep celebrating your beauty, keep dressing with intention, and remember, your age is not a limitation, it's your superpower.